We're on the record in cause number 325064, the state of Texas versus Jamar W. Marks. Mr. Marks, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Marks, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Marks? Mr. Marks, you doing all right? All right. Mr. Marks, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. This motion alleges that on January 7th of 2020, that you were convicted for the offense of failure to identify, and your punishment was set at 180 days confinement in Jefferson County Jail with no fine plus court costs, and that was probated for a period of 2 years. On September 16th of 2020, the state filed a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, there are 4 allegations. The first allegation alleges that you committed the offense of failure to identify in that on or about the 18th day of 2019. Upon the 8th, Ms. Ramos, did you look at the state's motion states that he got on probation on January 7th of 2020. The first allegation alleges that he committed an offense on July 18th of 2019 before he got on probation. And plus, it starts off by saying that he committed the offense of failure to identify on a date before he got on probation. And then it starts talking about he had methamphetamine.
Yes, Your Honor, it appears this motion was not done correctly at all. So I will abandon count 1, and I'll also have a conversation about this because it's an issue I've had come up multiple times.
Oh, okay. So you abandoned count 1. Okay. Now, Mr. Marks, allegation number 2 alleges that you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office's order by the court on January 28, 2020, April 22nd, 2020, June 10th of 2020, July 22nd, 2020, and July 29th of 2020 in violation of condition number 4 of your probation order. Is that allegation true or not true?
True.
True. Allegation 3 alleges that you failed to pay court assessed fees as ordered by the court, and as of August 19 of 2020, you were $630 in arrears in violation of condition 8. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation 4 alleges that you failed to perform community service hours required as ordered by the court in violation of condition 14. Is that true or not true?
True.
Now, are you pleading true to allegations 2, 3, and 4 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true to these allegations because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Marks, I have before me the misdemeanor plea admonishment, which is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. On page 1, there's a box that checks says MTRP, which are the acronyms for motion to revoke probation. On page 2 of this document, under the waiver, there's a box that's checked for MTRP, and it says true to allegations 1, 2, 3, and 4. The state has abandoned allegation number 1, therefore I will erase that allegation. Do you understand that? Mr. Marks, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, it have some initials, have you, JM, next to that box that says MTRP true to allegations 2, 3, and 4. Are those your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on page, excuse me, on the next document, well, on the same document, but the next paragraph, there are some initials on the line under the paragraph of discovery admonishment. And it states that I do not request discovery of the evidence. I waive my right to request discovery of this case and chose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Now, I will erase, you're not entering a plea of guilty or no contest. You're entering a plea of true. So I will change that and initial it. Now, are these your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the same document, Mr. Marks, there's a signature above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there's a signature that says defendant, above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And there are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing these documents, did you have an opportunity to read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Marks, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment, which is State's Exhibit number 1. That's the document that have your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. The state would like to use this document as evidence against you in your case. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence against you in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Marks, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Mr. Marks, I will accept your pleas of true to allegations 2, 3, and 4, and I will also find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of true and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
It's
what is that?
60 days credit for time served.
Okay. Mr. Marks, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail, and you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. Therefore, you've already served 60 days in jail, you'll be given credit for time served. Now, state, are you taxing and retiring the court costs?
Yes, Your Honor. I wasn't sure on an MTRP if that would apply.
Yes, you usually have $57 court costs. Okay, Mr. Marks, excuse me, Mr. Marks, the state is going to tax and retire the court costs for $57. What that simply means is that the time that you spent in jail has already paid off that $57, so you won't have to pay that $57. Do you understand that? I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Marks, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Marks, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Marks, please follow the bailiff and have a good day.
Your Honor, do I need to make the plea paperwork reflect the taxing and retiring of the court cost?
Yes, and I think you have to reflect it as the allegations that he pled true to